I always wanted Graham Woodell's knowledge and love for the basketball, especially girls basketball. But today I've been wishing I had his eloquence as a speaker to be able to even serve something to say about him and honor him today. I wish I had his courage in the presence of so many great coaches and people in here today. I am just honored to be able to be part of that recognition. That being said, I'd like to share just a few experiences that Coach Woodell had and make it very abbreviated because it would take a 2-hour special just to tell you of some of the things he did as a coach or some of the things he did at camp basketball concerning the game of basketball. One particular instance when he was as a referee, he did it all, referee, coach, counselor, teacher. As a referee in one of the camp games, there was an individual that was a young coach, not a very good coach, not a very good team. And the coaches on the staff made some comments about, he didn't think he could be a coach. That night, sitting in the midst of a number of great coaches at camp, Coach Woodell said, on a question of that young coach of a call he made in refereeing, he made the comment, he said, "Who is he, after I have won over 1,000 basketball games, to question my refereeing?" Then that in itself was enough, but being the person that Graham was, he later came to me after that meeting. He said, "Ron," he said, "who am I to question the ability of that young man as a coach? Because I see him doing something great. I really don't think it's coaching, but I do see him doing something great." The young man he was speaking of is in his 4th term as the president of the Georgia Education Association. So he saw the greatness there, even though he was not a good coach because he never had a good team. But he saw greatness where nobody else saw the greatness. The other 2 phrases that came around at camp so much were, if you're familiar with coaching basketball, you keep up with the player, you keep up with the ball. Coach Joe Bruin is here tonight, and he asked Graham's wife if he could put an urn at his gravesite that stated this. The statement was this: player, girl, ball, girl, ball. Numerous players from that camp would go around saying that, girl, ball, and that is now his gravesite, thanks to Coach Joe Bruin, Clayton County coach for many years. Another statement that was said that Coach Cascasell is here tonight would attest to, in the presence of many coaches, we used to sit and talk to Graham, and over numerous years, every year he would say, when I'm passed away and you come to pay your respects, he wants me to look at his lips because they'll be moving and they'll be saying, "Move your feet faster." And that was something at Burnell University, where Graham worked our camp. What started out to be, "Coach Woodell, will you help me with my team?" And 34 years later, it's still a basketball camp. But at Burnell University, there were stairs, and you go up, and there's a walkway surrounding the gym. And Coach Woodell would be up there, and he would be saying those terms: "Girl, ball, move your feet faster." And that still echoes in that gym today with the spirit of Coach Graham Woodell. That's the personal experiences briefly, but now to his accomplishments. Because today the Georgia Athletic Association is honored to pay tribute to the member of late Coach Graham Woodell with his induction into the 2009 Coaches Hall of Fame. His knowledge of the game of basketball and his ability to teach, coach, and motivate his players inspired all who had the privilege of knowing this outstanding educator and coach. Coach Woodell was born in Emmanuel County and attended Emmanuel County Institute in Twin City, Georgia, where he was a member of the football, basketball, and track teams. After completing his college education at Georgia Teachers College in Statesboro, Georgia, he began his 34th year coaching career at Collins School in Collins, Georgia. After 3 years, he accepted the position of head basketball coach at Cave Springs High School. where he remained for the next 29 years. His teams won 1 state championship, 2 state runner-up titles, and 12 region championships. He established a strong and consistent basketball program during those years and retired with an exceptional record of 1,080 wins and 442 losses. His teams won 11 Cave Springs Invitational tournaments. Under his leadership, after a 10-year retirement from active coaching, Coach Woodell joined the coaching staff during 2 different school terms at Riverside Military Academy in Gainesville, Georgia, where he was able to share his knowledge and experience coaching basketball. Perhaps one of the greatest impacts Coach Woodell had in promoting the quality and development of basketball programs in our state resulted from his involvement in summer basketball camps. He worked on the staff of the #1 basketball camp held each year at Brenau University. This venue served as an outlet for Coach Woodell to do what he did best: inspire and motivate other coaches and players with his unique teaching methods through storytelling and creative instruction. It is said by some of his colleagues that he was the greatest defensive instructor of the game of basketball of our time. Throughout his career, Coach Woodell has been honored for his coaching success and dedication. He was selected 5 times to coach All-State, All-Star games. He was named Floyd County's Coach of the Year, or 5 times, and received numerous State of the Year awards. He was also been inducted into the Floyd County Hall of Fame. Coach Woodell was a devoted and passionate coach who loved his profession and spent his entire career sharing his talents and knowledge of the game of basketball. The influence he had on his students, players, and other coaches in our state will be forever remembered. Thank you very much, and at this time, I would like to introduce someone that he loved very much, his wife, Miss Mary Davis Woodell, to accept the honor on behalf of Coach Graham Woodell.